the reaction from the military, and that settles it.
Okay, perhaps what made this, so newsy was the fact that he had you could say the effrontery to, face the governor and insist that he is a lance corporal, that he was a military officer. But if you look at the trend of military officers in the past, there's been, the notion that, they are really above the law. We've heard of various episodes of fracas between them and police officers, traffic, wardens who are trying to, manage traffic, and then they are stopped, and it causes a fight between them. Perhaps, I don't know what you make of it, the army leadership made, because General Lagbaja had said this is not our nature. But then, in hindsight or in reality, that seems to be their nature. They look at themselves as
being above the law,
and then they look at us as bloody civilians and all of that. But how do you think we can, move on and get them to come under the superior force of the law?
All right. Basically, there's this. I mean, if you look at our ages, we all knew when the military. I mean, we grew up under the military. Not this Gen Z. I know none of us on this platform is a Gen Z. Right. So we saw the military, and we could recall the air of arrogance that, the military exuded back in the day. And I think somehow there's still some carryover of that arrogance up to now. And I think that was what gave vent to what the guy did. Because for me, I mean, common sense, the governor is not an ordinary person. And then if you look at who used to be governors back in the day, I think it's between lieutenant colonel and colonels who used to be. So, I mean, if you look at the governor in the place of a lieutenant colonel, a lance corporal wouldn't even face. I mean, that man has a level in your situation. I mean, you could look at it from that angle. Now, but no, he wouldn't even do that. He wouldn't even dare. But because the arrogance, like I said, made him face the governor. I kept repeating, I'm a soldier, a different law applies to me. Now, but one of the things that I will say, I mean, this is not patronizing the governor, but I'll say it plainly. He has shown capacity. And the way he extended, hand of fellowship to the military, and how General Lagbaja came around, and, the courtesy visits, the whole thing. You saw how cordial they were, and I think that has helped to douse the situation, and that has also helped to restore confidence in the people, because something as little as that could spiral into something that we never bargained for.
Yeah,
you can't play down the fact that people are on the edge.
Yes.
There's the economic situation. If you look at some of the ones who were ranting, even the ones who they said are not soldiers or they can identify with them, after they started casting aspersions on the governor, they just went into the economic situation and everything. So you can see that people are on the edge, people are angry and everything. So you shouldn't be in the situation where you will say something that will incite the people against the government or against the leadership of the state. Because if you look at it, this is a man, I saw some security meeting, I think around December, where somebody was trying to, speak and attack the governor. And he just went all out. Like, I'd never seen him like that. Like, come, you guys sleep in your house. I don't sleep till 5 a.m. I'm just another human being like you. Forget the position. But I'm there to make sure that your life is going on well. And you're here. So it's easy for us to blame the leadership for everything. I told you that even people have domestic issues, they still blame it. They find a way. I mean, your soup gets burnt, and you still blame the governor for, that kind of thing. That's how. But you see, you could look at that from the angle that people are angry. Economically, people are not finding their footings. Now, so it's very easy to just put everything on the leadership. Now, but I think the governor has done well. The state is doing everything within the capacity, same even at the federal level. I mean, you saw the whole travel thing, how they make life. Everybody's trying to make life easy for you. The governor is doing his best. I know he's working, if I clock round, to make sure that the state goes well. Now, so I think we have to cut him some slack. We have to also relax and then try and do whatever we can in our capacity, whether as a civilian or whether as a military person. And I think it was also a good one from the leadership of the army.
Yeah.
Because if there was no reaction, you can rest assured that in another 2 weeks, you'll see more of such funny videos going around and everything.
But is it sufficient? Is the response sufficient, and will it go a long way?
For the time being, it is. But it should be a continuing exercise. It should be. Then I think the state also should deploy whatever force it has to show that there's a level of cordiality between the state government and the military.
Right. Beyond
the army, they should extend even to other forces, because they should show that there's synergy. They should show that the reason why we're here is we're working